Jeremy Corbyn has turned Labour into a circus of hypocrites. To begin with, they constantly lambast the Tories for being rich.
The dividing lines in this election could not be clearer. It's the Conservatives, the party of privilege and the richest, versus the Labour Party.
That would make sense if Labour weren't a bunch of champagne socialists. While most young people in Britain can only dream of owning a home, Emily Thornberry has several, worth around £5 million. She says that landlords are the problem, but she's a landlord. She claims that we need to fight for social housing, but she's literally the reason there's a shortage. She bought £1 million house from a housing association, half price. John McDonnell, now there's another hypocrite. He owns a riverside chalet and a London home worth around 1.2 million, but then preaches that people with holiday homes are the problem. Next up is Laura Murray, an aristocrat that likes to play dressy up as a socialist. Her family just sold a £50 million Picasso. A Picasso! Sweet Henrietta, mother of Marx. Even Comrade Corbyn owns a £1 million house and has a £1.6 million pension. Mate, when you're sitting on a £3 million fortune, you're not one of the people. You sanctimonious bourgeois git. Speaking of bourgeois privilege, Labour say they're going to abolish private schools. But then the hypocrites go and send their own children to some of the poshest private schools in the country.
You sent your son to a public school, a private school?
I sent him to City of London, actually. I mean, that was many years
fee-paying
ago.
school. It was many years, but you can understand why people would accuse you of being a hypocrite, and other senior members of the Labour Party too.
They talk about the power of the Israeli lobby in British politics, but this is their national conference. It gets worse. They claim they're anti-fascists that campaign against racism.
Racism is totally wrong and absolutely obnoxious. I have spent my life as a campaigner against racism.
Under his watch, Labour became the second party in British history to be investigated for racism by the Equality and Human Rights Commission, the only other party being the BNP, a bunch of actual Nazis. To understand the full extent of their racism, a report was handed to the commission that documented 15,000 cases of antisemitism in the Labour Party. 15,000 cases. Like this Labour councillor declaring that Hitler was the greatest man of history. Or this one labelling Israeli Jews as vermin. Or this one denying the Holocaust. To top it off, Corbyn claims that he's anti-war, but then calls terrorists who want to annihilate the Jewish people his friends.
Our friends from Hezbollah will be speaking. I'd also invited the friends from Hamas to come and speak as well.
It goes on and on and on and on, but guys, no one's falling for it. We see you for what you are. A bunch of bourgeois, champagne-drinking, caviar-chomping, anti-Semitic hypocrites that push one set of rules for us and another for you. No thanks.